Hi. Hi guys. That Taylor Swift Bad Romantics. That song is so significant. Cause baby, I can feel the castle. And you know me doing me. Every day it's like a battle. But every night with us was like a dream. Baby, with a new romantics. Number 9 is significant. All right, so let's see what's going on within your love life. Self-love, family, friends, and lovers. Let's see. Messages in terms of the collective love life. Let's go. What is it? What is the message for the collective? Let's see. It says, you do you, honey. No matter what's going on in your relationships, you do you, especially what's best for you. And this can also be a statement, like, regardless of the fact, you just be doing you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing else but that. All right, on the back of the deck, it says, damn, I guess the back of the deck wasn't important. Or the back of the card. All right. It says, stop trying to change people. That never works. So stop trying to change the people who are in your family. Stop trying to change the people who you're romantically involved with. Stop trying to change your friends. All right? It will never work that way. Let people be who they are to you. If you don't like it, you can substitute them for better. All right? Especially if they're not in better energy. All right, any more messages when it comes to the collective's love life overall, self, external influences? What's going on? It says shame, regret, and guilt. All right, those are just BS. On the back, it says forgive. Let that go. All right, so when it comes to romantics, when it comes to your love life overall, whether that's with self, whether that's with others, you have some shame, some regret, and some guilt that needs to be let go of. All right? You have to forgive. You have to let things go. Okay? Nobody says you have to keep them in your life. You can always release them if you don't want to keep them in your life. All right? Any more messages here regarding this situation? All right. On the back of the deck, it says winning. I feel like regardless, you're a winner. Out of everybody, you're a winner. Like, you may be the first of something in your family, or you probably are more successful. And mind you, when I see success, I don't see it as, oh, this person has this much money and they have these many houses. I see it as who you are within. So you're winning by just being this god and goddess, right? It says you got a good thing going. Don't ruin that. All right. On the back of the deck, it says you need a good cry. You need a good cry. All right. On the back, it says get the ugly cry on. Let it go. Your soul will thank you. So I feel like some of you guys need emotional releases. Okay. You most definitely need emotional releases. Dang. But regardless, you're winning though. You are the best thing to ever happen to you. Don't forget that. I don't know if sometimes you look at other people in your life as a blessing, or you put all this energy and expectation on people outside of yourself. But go easy on yourself and buy your own damn drink. Okay, that's the energy, honey. Like, you are the best thing to ever happen to you. All right. And sometimes the way that you act is only because you're hungry. Like, go eat, period. And be mindful of the things that you're putting in your system. Like, sometimes it's probably why you're angry too, because sometimes you be eating foods that are not even good for you. But let's see. Some of y'all could be going down memory lane, or bringing nostalgia could be coming into play. Some people could be having regrets. They could be reminiscing. They could be missing you. And I feel like that has something to do with the pictures that they've seen of you, or that they've seen with you guys. Maybe you're in your own pictures and you're looking at your old, like from the past years, and how you were in certain pictures individually rather than together with others. But if you're just now coming in, this message will be uploaded to my YouTube in case you can't stay for the full video. But what we're talking about is basically what's going on within your love life, right? Whether it's self-love or things that's tied to your individual self, whether that's friends, family, romantics, whatever it is, right? So if you missed the beginning, like I said, it will be uploaded. All right, so what is the messages here in terms of the message that I'm talking about, referring to when it comes to the collective's love life? What is going on? Toxic love. So I feel like a lot of you guys are dealing with drama, maybe addictions you have of your own, whether it's obsession or whether it's substances, right? Maybe this could be other people, because a lot of times if it's not your energy, it's other people. You could be in like love-hate relationships. Confirm more of this toxic love energy. All right, we got opposites attract. So I feel like the reason why this is going on is because you guys are very different from these individuals. And maybe this is just bringing about lessons, all right? Maybe you're dealing with people who have different spiritual beliefs than you, all right? Maybe these are people who are not your usual types. So this most definitely could be talking about within your romantic relationships. But, I mean, it also can be platonic. You know, we already talked about not changing anybody. So you don't want to change people. If people are toxic, you can't be their personal God or their personal healer. You have to let people bump their head on their own. You have to let them experience their life on their own. Like I said, by all means, you have free will. You can cut people off and you can substitute them for better. All right? Nobody says you have to deal with certain people just because you have kids by them, just because they're your family members, just because you have love for them. Like sometimes intimacy or love or passion that you have for people, it's like self-respect kind of comes into play at a point in time. Self-love comes into play at a point in time. So if people, sometimes, you know, you gotta make those hard choices and distance yourself or like cut certain people off, you know. All I know is one thing, within your love life, you really need a good cry. I feel like you've been through so much within your love life, presently and in the past. All right, but this doesn't have to be in your future, right? You gotta let go of shame, regret, guilt, because it's not doing anything for you. So this is a time of forgiveness. You're forgiving for yourself, not for other people. Forgiveness doesn't mean, oh, I'm over it. Oh, I accept what you did to me. It just means you're coming into a more accepting energy and you're moving forward with your life, because that's what everybody else is going to do. They're going to move forward with their life. The sun is going to shine again. And, you know, so regardless, I feel like you're winning, though, because of who you are. So don't change for the worse. Keep on changing for the better. And just keep doing you. You know, you are your best blessing, right? Nobody else. Sometimes maybe you look at people to do things for you, to be something for you, but you have to be something for yourself. Do things for yourself. Don't expect anyone to, like, lower your expectations, but keep your standards high, right? When it comes to self, family, friends, lovers, what is going on in the collective's life? What is the message here in terms of this? All right, we got avoidance. So some of you guys are done avoiding certain things, and others of you, you're avoiding certain things. You're in hiding, maybe. Maybe you're hiding. Maybe you're feeling guilty about something. So that could be why you're avoiding something. Or it could be vice versa. If this is not your energy, it's somebody else. Have you ever felt like this person is avoiding me? It's simply because they're probably feeling guilty about something that they haven't shared with you, or whatever the case may be. Especially if there's like no communication. Somebody could just be like avoiding you, your confirmation, right? Or maybe you're avoiding someone in communication with someone. Any more messages? All right, we got love affair. So for some of you guys, you're experiencing a love affair. Past, present, future energy could be significant. So if it's based on future energy, we never like to call in any type of negative or low vibrational energy. So this could just be a warning for future reference, to be mindful that some people are putting you in third parties, or they have STDs, and this is just something that you need to be very mindful of, okay? Because you have free will, and a lot of things that has already happened to you, it didn't have to go that way, right? So just be mindful. But if this was something that happened in the past, I feel like you could have been in some type of love affair, right? Or in the present moment, you could be in some type of love affair. Maybe you're the one that knows about this, or maybe you're the one that doesn't. You'll just have to apply it to how it fits for you. Any more messages? All right. So we have push and pull coming out, and then I think it tried to come out with unfinished business, but the way that it fell out on my hand, it seemed like that they were coming out separately. But they could go together if that applies for your life like that. So the push and pull, this is all about power struggles. So within your love life or within self, you could be experiencing some type of power struggle, some type of imbalance, right? People not being on the same page, stubborn energy. And maybe it's because some forgiveness needs to happen, some acceptance needs to happen. Maybe every time you reconcile, it seems like very difficult. But aside from that, we got unfinished business. So within your love life or within self, I feel like you have some type of unfinished business, or maybe somebody feels like they have some unfinished business with you. All right, maybe some forgiveness is necessary. Maybe some apologies need to be dealt out to you or by you. Like, it all depends on who you are. You'll have to take it to how it fits. This is a collective. It's not a personal. If you want to get on the list is open. Nobody is currently on the list. And if you can't afford my prices, donation based is accepted, which is anything that you're able to afford. All right. So we have proposal here. Somebody wants to come in and make some type of proposal, some type of offer. Somebody wants forgiveness, or they want to give an apology or receive an apology. You have some people who are wanting to reconcile with you. All right. Now, anything else? Anything else regarding the collective's love life, whether it's family, friends, romantics, individuals, their individual self? Maybe you're the stubborn individual as well. All right, we got soul contract. So, of course, families, right? You can look at that as a soul contract. People who you have kids by, you can look at that as a soul contract. It really all depends on your own personal beliefs. I'm not here to project my own beliefs onto you. So whatever you believe in, you can just apply it like that, right? But soul contract ties to soulmates, partnership, and spiritual union. So some of you guys could, in the future, come into a soulmate connection, a partnership, or a spiritual union. Or maybe in the past you've come into one, whether it was past life or past tense, whether it was not whether it's I'm pretty much done talking about that. Next, partnership, right? You could be connected to someone at the moment who you have a soul contract with, or the people that you connect with, you may have had some type of soul contract. Maybe you were supposed to teach something, learn something, experience something, whatever the case may be, right? And spiritual union. So you could be in some type of spiritual union with someone. All right, maybe this is a connection that's filled with growth, finding out, like self-discovery. It can tie to maybe beliefs, whatever spiritual union could even mean to you, right? All right, anything else? The year 84 could be very significant as well. All right, so what's going on within self? This is talking about self-love. So I feel like right now you guys are focusing on self-love, loving you, taking back control, all right, and finally being happy. So that's really good. For others of you who are not quite in this energy yet, I feel like you're eventually gonna come into it. It really all depends on you, okay? Maybe you're being encouraged to focus on this, especially with all the imbalance and push and pull dynamics that's going on, and the unfinished business and the love affairs, the avoidance, the toxic energy. Like, maybe this is a time to just focus on self, right? Any more messages regarding the collective's family, friends, romantics, their love life overall, energy with itself. All right, we got caught. Maybe you got caught into something. Maybe somebody caught you. So it says caught red-handed or secrets exposed, surprised or shocked. Maybe you caught something. Maybe someone caught you in something. Maybe this has yet to happen, but it's going to be happening in the near future. All right, it all depends on, you know, how things play out in your own life. Okay, past, present, future energy could be significant. Anything else? So confirm the caught energy. Confirm what's this about. What's that about? Yeah, so I feel like this probably could have already happened, or if it didn't, then this is going to be something that's going to bring about some type of pain. But secrets have been exposed. This has led to depression, pain, sorrow, and tears. Okay? Let's see. That's why you have to pay attention to those red flags. All right? Pay attention to the signs. Note when somebody deceives you or cheats. That's very important. Confirm toxic love. So, I feel like you're coming... Okay, so you could probably be in like empath narcissist paradigms or settling for less, right? Because you're coming out as like high value, okay? Or maybe the high value individual has a little bit of toxicity themselves. And I don't feel like this is within you. I feel like that's because of the people that you're connected to, surrounded by. Maybe if it's personal, maybe it's certain addictions you have, like obsessions over a person, codependency issues that you need to tend to. You know your life better than anyone. All right, but high value ties to the Empress. Beautiful, sexy, abundant, confident. Okay, so maybe you're in some type of drama, dealing with addictions from other people or within yourself, in love-hate relationships, and I feel like you deserve better. Maybe there's some type of decisions that you need to make. Maybe it's time to say yes to something. It's time to say no to something. Maybe you need to set boundaries. Maybe you need to cut some people off. Maybe you need to make a plan. Okay? Maybe you have something coming up soon. All right. Confirm avoidance. All right. We got egg on their face. So that's what I'm saying. Somebody is literally avoiding you because they're ashamed. Something backfired. Okay, they got caught in doing something. Whether this was somebody who, like, some secret was exposed, whether something was very shocking or surprising. That's why people are avoiding you. They're not in communication with you, or they're in hiding. Or maybe this is your own energy. Okay, confirm love affair. Yeah, so you got somebody that's out here that's... This could be your energy or it could be other people. Be mindful when you're dating new people. Sometimes people, they have a wife back at home, a girlfriend, a boyfriend. They're juggling you with other people. Like, sometimes you got to be very mindful. So don't just hop into things very quickly. Really get to know somebody on a soul's level. I know there's this dating coach, Antoine, I believe. No slugs or hatred towards him, but he did mention how, oh, to get to know a person, just sleep with them. And I didn't really resonate too much with that. You probably don't resonate too much with that, considering you are very high valued. You don't go around having sexual relations with people. So take things slow, okay? We don't have time to be getting STDs. We don't have time to be getting heartbroken out here. So whatever is for you, it will be for you. And I feel like you will know if somebody is worth your time, all right? Because they'll be on the same level as you. And I feel like they'll respect your boundaries. They also won't love bomb. So just pay attention to red flags, right? Confirming this secrecy, third party hooking up, STD type of situation. Be mindful of being in promiscuous relationships or like dating multiple people. It's fine to not put all your eggs in one basket, but when it comes to like kissing, sexual relations, you might want to keep that to a minimum. I would say really none, because sometimes people lie to you about certain things that they got going on. Not everybody's going to tell you, yeah, I have herpes. Yeah, because a lot of people are very lustful. They see a good-looking woman like you, and they never knew how to respect you, or they see a divine masculine like yourself, and they just really just want something from you, right? A lot of people don't deserve to be in your space. Know that once again, you are the blessing in people's life. Now, there could be people who are a blessing in yours, but if the roles is reversed and it's not like a two-way street, you want to be very mindful of that, because somebody, they're capable of putting you in a love affair, or maybe you're being capable of being put in a third party that you know about or that you don't know about. I'm not really talking to the people who know about this, because I really don't condone in cheating. I'm talking to the collective who don't know about this, right? So just be mindful that people could be putting themselves back on the market and dating other people, or they could be juggling you, or they could have, you know, a whole relationship already. Just be mindful. Confirm soul contract. Confirm unfinished business. All right, so people who you're not in contact with, they have unfinished business with you. People who you probably blocked, given the silent treatment to. You probably cut off all communication with these individuals. And I feel like that's because you started choosing yourself. These people have some type of unfinished business, or maybe you have some type of unfinished business. Maybe you need to forgive the people who you cut off in your life instead of walking around still heartbroken by some things or carrying resentment. It really all depends. For soul contract, double life, it says liar, deception in another relationship. Confirm double life, infatuation. Okay. So I feel like sometimes when you get into like soul contracts, they could be positive, but they can also be negative, right? Especially if you're dealing with people who are like in a karmic energy. So some people, they're liars, they're deceivers. Some of these people may be in other relationships. But for some reason, they're like, maybe you're the one that's in denial about it. Maybe they're in denial about certain things. Maybe they're just this strong attraction and obsession to the point to where they try to juggle. Be mindful of people that's living a double life, especially people who you feel is a soulmate. Partnership and spiritual union is also associated with soul contract. So just take that message really how it resonates. You can have this very strong energy towards people, but it doesn't mean that they're the one, and it doesn't mean that they're in good spirits or good energy, okay? So just be mindful of that, especially if like you're this lover girl, lover boy, and I don't mean in a Drake type of way. I mean in a healthy, divine masculine, divine feminine type of way. You're just about love. You like relationships. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. And not everybody deserves to be in a relationship with you. Okay? So keep that in mind. Some of y'all need to go, like, you need a spa, a break, some type of self-care routine. Because I feel like a lot of people probably giving you headaches. They probably pushed you into stress, depression. Okay, so this can even be people who you're not even connected to anymore. All right, if you guys click right here on my page, you will see main TikTok in my bio. If you want to follow my main TikTok, that would be great. Or you can just follow my Instagram, because I'm really trying to grow my Instagram. A link should be in my bio that shows my Instagram and my YouTube. If you guys want to get on the list is open. Nobody is currently on the list. Payment options are in the bio. If you can't afford my prices, donation-based are accepted, which is basically anything that you're able to afford. Thank you for the follows and the likes. I appreciate it. If you guys are able to double tap the screen while you're in here so we can get the live pushed out to more people, I appreciate it. If you could share the live, I appreciate it. 1111 on the back of the deck. You could be seeing 1111. I feel like when it comes to your love life, everything is happening in divine timing. You could be in some type of runner-chaser dynamic. Maybe some type of twin flame union, whether it's a false twin flame or actual twin flame. Okay. Let's see. But yeah, you got people who are obsessed or attracted to you. Who, by all means, they just gotta have you, even if they have another relationship, another life going on. Like, be mindful that there's a such thing as liars. Okay, I know when you grew up in the world, maybe some things were hidden from you, it wasn't talked about, but liars exist. Deception exists. Cheaters exist. People who have STDs and they won't tell you about it, that exist. Okay, So protect your mind, body, and soul, especially your heart. And you should be fine, right? Pay attention to the red flags. Because red flags be red flagging. It's not hard to miss them. Sometimes you just overlook them. But it's really not hard to miss. If you go based off everybody who's no longer in your space anymore, because you just had enough of their shenanigans, you'll realize that you've seen the signs ahead of time. Even on the first day for a lot of you guys. Okay? Confirm high value. All right. Yeah, so I feel like some of you guys need to make a schedule for yourself, especially that ties to like self-care, creativity, making plans for yourself that can probably bring forth income, you know, like making business moves. But I feel like this is more personal, more with self, more with nurturing self. So maybe you need to create like this planner. Okay, I'm gonna go, this is gonna be my spa day on this day. I'm gonna go do this on this day. I'm gonna make my affirmations or like certain self-care rituals on this day. Like, you know, just plan these things out, especially when you're in a depressional, psychologically stressed type of space. That would be very good for you. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna move on to the other deck. Regardless, you're winning. No matter what's going on in your life right now, no matter what happened in the past. Some of y'all just need to cry and move forward. Like, forgive certain people who are currently in your life and who are not currently in your life. All right. It's giving you word 10 out of 10 to a lot of people who did not, you know, appreciate you, who probably was living a double life. But give yourself your flowers. Don't wait for other people to do it for you. Give yourself your flowers. Okay. Let's see. When it comes to, these are more on the romantic side, but maybe we'll get a few platonic energy out. When it comes to the collective's love life, whether it's self, romantic side, but maybe we'll get a few platonic energy out. When it comes to the collective's love life, whether it's self, family, what is the message here? What is the naked truth? What is the naked truth? What? All right. It says, I'm going crazy without you. I want to see you so bad. Whether this is people in your life right now, whether it's people who are no longer in your life, it says, I'm going crazy without you. I want to see you so bad. What else? All right, it says, I miss your voice, your laugh, your humor, your touch. Okay, I'm in my feelings today. That's what it says. And this one says, I'm starting to panic. It's been so long since I've seen you or heard your voice. Because you know, like a lot of times how you forgive and you let people back in your energy, and sometimes it's this breakup, reconcile, breakup, reconcile. People were so used to that when you finally walked away, they did not know that was the last time they were ever going to see you or hear your voice again. Okay, so some of these people are like, okay, it's going on two weeks now. It's going on 3 months now. It's going on 5 years now. Are you gonna come back? I'm starting to get a little worried. But hey, you gotta deal with people who treat you right. You know what I'm saying? They should know. People don't deserve a chance after hurting you. You know, all that second chance shit. No, because you don't need to be given a second chance. All right, sometimes you got to be a little strict, a little fed up, because, I mean, you are of divine feminine and divine masculine energy. You do have high standards. You're not just like any and everybody. You have a good head on your shoulders. You're a gift and a blessing to this world. You know what I'm saying? So people, you deserve to have people who are like you and who's going to treat you greatly. So it is what it is. Any last messages? All right, it says, truth is, I'm in love with you. Whether it's people who you're currently connected to right now or who you've already left in the past, honey, that's the energy that I'm seeing with that. Any last messages? It says, I was hiding my true feelings from you because I was scared of commitment and didn't want to lose my freedom. Woo. See what I mean? And that card almost hit me in the eye, honey. Okay, these too many. Just know that they have a lot that they want to say. Okay. It says, I love variety, but there is something about you I just can't resist. See how you got dogs hounding after you. We don't want no dogs, honey. For a lot of you guys, this could be some type of twin flame situation or a false twin flame. Okay. There's a lot more messages that came out, but at this point, it's probably coming from people who really don't deserve you anyway. So it really don't matter to even know what the hell they talking about, because all they had to do was do right by you, and they wouldn't have to be without you. You know, I'd rather not waste time on people who, like, if this is talking about somebody that's of good energy and good spirits, then by all means we can go all day. But half of those messages are talking about, oh, I hate them, I made a mistake, and like all this stuff. They only reminiscing because they don't have that support, that love, you know, that rare energy anymore. They thought that they could probably find it any and everywhere, till they recognize, damn, this is hard to come by. So now people are starting to realize your value. You see, it took you leaving somebody's life, and it don't matter to go back because they may fumble you again. It don't matter to try to change a person because, you know, even if you could be a 10 out of 10, you can't fill that void for someone. They're already grown ass people. Like, they just have to get their ish together and stop blaming the world and, you know what I'm saying, making excuses, because that's all it is. All right, any more messages when it comes to the collective love life, whether it's self, family, friends, romantics? What is the message of love here? Broken. All right, it says, I feel shattered about this situation. For some of you guys, people left you broken. They left you broken, and now they're just in guilt. Now they're just kind of like, dang, man, I made a mistake. I thought I was just going to get over this feeling, but I really fumbled a good thing in my life. Okay. It says runner. Like I said, y'all was in this runner chaser dynamic with a lot of people. It says, I don't want to run anymore. Now they don't want to run no more, honey. Shit. It's going to take more than you leaving their life and da-da-da. They're going to really actually have to experience some type of transformation to where something just clicks. You know? Because sometimes people got to experience that karma of missing out on you. And they already had their chance. Like I said, you don't have to be given chances. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to apologize to people for something. Because 9 times out of 10, somebody did something to you first. They hindered your trust. They broke your trust. They was juggling you. Whatever the case may be. And they seen your value. They seen it. Sometimes you think, oh, maybe they just didn't know. Maybe I need to be more distant. No. Don't feed your delusions. You know how some people say don't feed your delusions when it comes to other things, but that's also feeding your delusions. Like, no, you're doing the right thing by moving on from people who literally did not do you right. Like, okay? Any more messages? Confusion is here. It says, I feel unclear about where we stand. All right? For some of y'all, people was confusing the hell out of you. You was confused. You didn't know if you should cut them off, keep them. But the answer is always there in your face, honey. You just got to trust in their intuition and pay attention to what they did do and what they didn't do. 9 times out of 10, leave their ass. But you just have this love for people, but you need to have more love for yourself, right? But a lot of other people were left feeling unclear about where you guys stand. Because, I don't know, maybe you ghosted somebody or maybe you broke up with them. And I don't know why the hell people feel unclear, but maybe something happened in your life that I don't know about, right? To where somebody would feel unclear about something. But I mean, I don't see how a person would feel confused. Like, what you confused about? How I know and you don't know. Okay? Yeah, unappreciated. Some of y'all was feeling a bit unappreciated. It says, I felt like you didn't care. And for others of y'all got people who are very delusional, feeling like you didn't care. Like, are y'all robots? If you go through a ton of shit with a person to the point to where they just push you away, now you're unsatisfied, now you're unhappy. So, of course, it may go from showering them with kisses and love and passion and all this stuff. You still may have all that love for a person, but it's different now because you've been affected by the bullshit. So now they're looking at you like, damn, do you even care about me? Like, I mean, yeah, collective care. They got love in their hearts. They wouldn't have been able to love you. You the one who didn't care because you don't know what the hell love is. You don't know how to give or receive it. So you're the one who I'm questioning. Did you really love the collective, or did you just have like a lot of feelings for them and you were probably like, because when I say I love somebody and you say you love somebody, it's very different. Like, I don't think we don't give the same type of, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the hell they be talking about. But somebody could have felt like you didn't care, or maybe that's your own energy. All right. Disagreements. This could be what's going on. Could have been in the past. Could be what's to come in the future. But some things could be avoided, especially finding out ahead of time. But it says, I wish you understood how I feel. Some people wish you just understood how they feel. Shit, maybe you feel the same damn way. Okay? People, it's crazy because people, they say things that you feel and that you say. And I don't know if y'all ever felt that before. But it makes sense because some of y'all are experiencing like twin flame situations to where you kind of mirror people. Unexpected outcome. I feel like you've had this unexpected outcome within family, romantics, overall relationships, maybe within yourself, right? Things didn't go the way that you planned. It didn't turn out to be the way that you thought it would have been. Yeah, some of y'all could have had regret. Or like I said, these other people, they have some type of regret. It says, I wish this never happened. Some of y'all wish certain things in your life just never happened. And some of these people just wish certain things never happened. But on the back of the deck, we got destiny, confirmation. If you knew better, you would have done better. And if you didn't, lessons are just as grand as blessings. And it brought forth wisdom. Right? It says, I'm struggling to find the right path. This could be your own energy, or it could be another person. So that's why sometimes you got to let people do what they do in their life, be who they are, but not allow yourself to sabotage, So some people, they're struggling, but that has nothing to do with you. You can struggle, and you won't allow that to interfere with your connections. So why can't other people do that? So that's just the key to not making excuses for everyone. Okay. Put these back up in here. All right. Anything else? Any more messages when it comes to the collective's love life, whether it's their self or others, family, friends, romantics? Let's see. All right, we got it takes two. That's what I'm saying. People, they got to put in the work, the effort, the same amount of love. It can be unrequited love. It can be false equal give and take, a one-sided relationship. It literally takes two. So if people are surprised and shocked and confused, I don't see why the hell they are. It's probably why y'all closed off, right? because somebody is not committed, or it's an incompatible situation, or there's conflict, right? Somebody's not emotionally available, or they're distracted, or they're, this is from hurt in the past, whether it was from their childhood, whether it was from this person who you tried to date in the present timing. Like, it really all depends on your own life. But if you are trying to reconcile with somebody and you forgive them, then you have to forgive them and move forward. But if they're constantly doing certain things to hurt you or hinder you, then how can you move forward? It's time for you to finally decide, okay, yeah, this is not working. You got a lot of work that you need to do, and it's not going to happen overnight. And I'm not going to put my own life on pause or get my own heart broken to stick around, right? So, yeah, it takes two. Somebody's closed off. That's why it's not working. Relationships aren't hard. People make them that way, period. I know it's some successful relationships out here that you probably never seen in your life before, but that's why technology is a great thing, right? Because you can see it happening on your TV screens, on your phones, on the apps, whatever the case may be. So, yeah, we got been burned. It says afraid to love someone. Afraid to love someone again. Unhealed trauma. Runs away. So this could be your own energy. Be mindful to not let old wounds bleed out on new connections. Heal, restore, move forward. In order to heal, you have to accept what has happened. Forgive all involved, even if it's yourself. That's how you heal. Yep. So it says cuts both ways. All right. This is someone that has good and bad aspects, right? We got mixed blessing and division. So you could be dealing with somebody that probably has good and bad aspects of themselves, but you got to pay attention to the bad aspects, right? Some things is baggage. It's not flaws. Be mindful of that. On the back, it says crumbling. What you built feels like it's falling apart. It's okay. You have the strength to build anew. Okay? And then we have public image. It says worried about appearances, can't relax, and conceited. So some of y'all could have been dealing with people who cared about their public image. You could have been dealing with people who were narcissistic, worried about their appearances. All right? Very conceited. Okay. Any last messages for the collective? Yep. There go that exposed energy. All right, we got self-righteous on the back. It says act spiritually superior, condescending, and preachy. This could be somebody that's trying to be preachy, trying to tell something, but in reality, they're condescending. They're acting more spiritually superior when they're the complete opposite. We got all talk. Exactly. All right, we got silver tongue devil, big flirt, no action, player. We got people who all talk, no action. Empty promises. False. Okay, we got roving eyes here. It says keeping possibilities open, obvious flirt, disrespectful. Roving eyes, if you look at the definition, it'll talk about similar definition to wandering eyes, right? People who their eyes go elsewhere besides on their partner, right? So you were dealing with people in the past or presently, or be mindful of this in the future so you can avoid it, who had roving eyes, right? Disrespectful. And it's been exposed. Let's read exposed. It says fragile heart, too open, in danger of heartbreak. I feel like you wear your heart on your sleeve. You need to choose your battles wisely, okay? Not everybody needs to know you're this amazing, good person, very kind, very nice. Sometimes you can't hide that. You can't fake that. It's not on you. It's in you. But you also don't have to wear your heart on your sleeve. You don't have to give too much on the first try, on the first date, on the first whatever. Because some people, they look at that and they try to shapeshift into tricking you. Like, okay, I'm gonna be an imposter because I want this person to love me. They seem like they're gonna be a good lover. They seem like they're gonna put me first. They seem like they're gonna sacrifice themselves for me. Let me try to da-da-da. People do that. Okay, we have forgiving. They didn't mean to hurt you, but you are holding on to it. Forgiving helps you get past it. So we can be talking about many people. Mind you, we're digging into your love life. Past, present, future energy. Self, family, friends, romantics, whatever it may be. So most people, if not all, they did not mean to hurt you. And from a psychological perspective, a lot of people don't mean to hurt you. They're just deemed to break everything they touch, right? Because they need to heal. But some people, they don't heal. Some people, they're aware very much of their energy and they don't change. So yeah, but at the same time, for people who want to do better but they just can't, that's not your battle. That's not your fight. You're not giving up on anyone. You're just choosing you. You don't have time to keep getting your heart broken. You don't have time to keep settling for less. Sometimes you have this huge heart and you love people a little bit too soon before you've seen all the red flags or everything that you needed to see that would have been a deal breaker for you. You already got your heart involved. So sometimes it's hard for you to walk away. It's hard for you to cut off people. Sometimes you never imagined cutting off family members because that's just not how your tradition went. That's just not how your religion went. That's just not how whatever the case may be. But are you going to let external influences dictate and control your life? Or are you going to take your power back, focus on self-care, self-love, forgiveness, and moving forward and substituting the people that are toxic to your mind, body, and soul and substituting them for people who are not? People who are actually going to fill your cup, not people who's going to be just taking away and not able to give, right? You got to pay attention to that. Got to pay attention to that. All right, we got facing it. It says, you know something isn't right. Don't be afraid to find out the truth. It will set you free. Okay? You don't have to just let everything pass you by. You have free will. You don't have to just say, well, it happened. That's my life and that's done. Nope. You further investigate, discover, bring awareness to something. Like, whatever it is. Everybody's life is different. Whatever it is, right? We're almost done here. We're gonna get some of the heart's hidden secrets from you, from others, especially pertaining to your love life, whether it's family, friends, romantics, right? Past, present, future energy could be significant. All right. Only you. Conflicted. I think it wants to come out with confusion. Okay? So some of you guys are in this conflicted energy, like you feel like you have multiple choices or you can't decide. You're very hot and cold when it comes to a situation only because you're uncertain. Something is unclear to you. You're unsure about something. This can also go hand in hand, like I just said, or it can be very separate. So I'm gonna read it separately as well. Let me just pull some more. Any more messages here? You guys are very intuitive, so you're also being encouraged to trust in your intuition when it comes to your love life. All right, when it comes to doing the things that are good for you, best for you. All right, you don't have to stay trapped in anything that's keeping you tied down, captive, stuck. No. All right, but we got only you. I feel like you're very devoted to yourself or your mate. You're probably a very loyal person, or you probably get very attached. Be mindful of attachment, even when it comes to family, friends. We don't want to become attached to anything. All right? I'm seeing crave here. Maybe somebody could be very devoted, attached, or they crave you and only you, right? This is not a feeling that they have with anybody else. This can be towards like yourself, like you're being very loyal and devoted to yourself, or this can be towards another person, like you're very loyal, you're very devoted, you crave another individual, or it can be somebody feeling this way towards you. All right, now we have confusion out here. when it comes to your love life, when it comes to yourself, maybe your family, your friends, lovers, whether it's people you talk to or don't talk to anymore, people from the past, present, future energy could be significant. We got confusion, which ties to uncertainty, unsure energy, unclear energy. You're unsure about something is unclear to you, or you're feeling uncertain, but regardless, your intuition will never steer you wrong. Okay, I told y'all that this was like kind of coming out with the conflicted energy. So maybe you're only in this space because you're conflicted about something. But aside from the confusion energy, let's read it individually. It says decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. So maybe there's some decisions that you're having to make that's coming about. Maybe there's this hot and cold energy. Maybe you have multiple choices. Yeah, just take that how it resonates. Bluff is also next, right? It ties to pretending, mask, exaggeration. This could be your energy, or it could be another person. All right, maybe somebody is bluffing. Maybe somebody is pretending to be something they're not. Maybe somebody has on a false mask, right? They're not expressing their true selves. They're not showing their true selves. All right, maybe there's some type of exaggeration energy going on. For example, someone could be like, oh my gosh, I really love you. You're my purpose. Let's calm it down a bit. That may not be the case, right? So that could be like some type of like exaggeration going on. Maybe you're the one with the mask, like, just apply to how it fits. We got depth, and be mindful that this is the heart's hidden secrets, right? Heart's hidden secrets. All right, we got depth. Maybe like depth that is very important to you. Like shallow relationships just won't do, right? Shallow conversation or whatever the case, it just won't do, right? This card ties to awareness, importance, and value. Maybe you value love, relationships, self, or whatever the case may be. Maybe you're this deep feeling individual. Maybe certain things in these dynamics are very important to you. Maybe you're very aware, self-aware, or aware towards others. Like, it really all depends. We can also confirm more about it, but intuition ties to heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. You could be telepathic. You're very intuitive. So when it comes to your love life, when it comes to yourself, you need to trust your intuition. Okay, half of y'all, your intuition is telling you cut these people off, start over with new people who are on your level, and live a more calm, serene life, right? Forgive, heal, and come into this new life, period. That's, for some of you guys, it's something that you're not used to, especially growing up in the USA or growing up in a religious-based family, like very closed-minded. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I tried to say whatever else I was going to say, but then it vanished from my mind. So we got trapped here. Some of you guys could be feeling stuck within your love life, within yourself, within others, your relationships. Maybe in the past you felt this way, maybe in the present. Watch out for this in the future. That's why you're being warned ahead of time in case this can happen. All right, maybe you're feeling a bit tied down. Maybe you're feeling a bit captive, okay, which is not good. Emotional storm on the back of the deck. It ties to turmoil, unstable, affected. Feel like you've been very affected within your love life when it comes to family, friends, romantics, whatever it may be. Maybe you've come into like unstable relationships to the point where now you're unstable within yourself, which I don't feel like it can ever get to that point. Maybe you can come into feeling depressed, lost, stuck, but in reality, you just gotta pull all of that out and heal. Come into more of a clear mind, right? Meditate, do yoga. Yeah, a lot of turmoil that could be going on. Confirm only you. Yeah, confessions. Maybe somebody wants to confess this to you. Or maybe they've already confessed it. Like how they feel about you. All right, confirm confusion. Okay, so confusion is here because of withdrawn. Like, I feel like maybe you feel lonely, maybe when you get in solitude, maybe because you're single, you like get into this confused energy. I feel like maybe you feel lonely, maybe when you get in solitude, maybe because you're single, you like get into this confused energy. Like, should I be single? Am I meant to be single? Maybe sometimes when you feel lonely, you start getting confused and uncertain about your choices or about whatever the case may be. Okay. Maybe you're just withdrawn from self and you need to get into solitude to clear any confusion. Confirm conflicted. We got fantasy here, which ties to daydreaming, imagining, fantasize. Yeah. So I feel like you should just dream big. Whatever is your current situation that's going on and it's not really in the best, maybe you should fantasize. Dream big so you can manifest the way that you rather your life be. Because you have many decisions. You have multiple choices. Life doesn't have to be shitty, right? You can change your life for the better. Confirm bluff. Maybe some of y'all think you can't receive something like this, but you can, okay? We got thinking. It says missing you, craving, desiring. So maybe somebody bluffs when it comes to how they feel about you, how much of an impact that you have on them in their mental. And then for others of you guys, somebody exaggerates a lot when it comes to their desire for you or craving for you. All right, confirm depth. We got beginnings. I feel like this, like, trying again or going in a new direction or starting over, this is where you're headed for sure. And I feel like this is going to be a very important time. And I also feel like you're encouraged to start over, like to go in a new direction or something. Like, just because that one relationship failed, try again. Maybe the next one will succeed, right? That's the energy that it's giving. And then I'm thinking, if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. All right? Because I know some people probably think, oh, I should try again with this person. I'm not saying that, because we already know a lot of times you're dealing with people who needs to change. But when you come into people's life, you don't really need to change in those type of aspects. So I'm not really thinking about trying again with somebody. I'm mainly thinking about starting new, you know, beginnings. Endings bring new beginnings. Confirm intuition. Confirm trapped. All right. So with intuition here, we got limit, final straw, overwhelmed. So I feel like you made it to this point to where your intuition is intuitioning and you're needing to listen to it. Okay. Ooh, I did not try to send that invite. Okay. So let's see. Lease. All right, I think I'm back. I'm not sure if I'm back or not, but okay. Intuition is being confirmed by breaking point. Confirm breaking points. Yeah, so I feel like you're getting this mixed signals. Maybe you're operating from a space of logic, then emotion, this and that. Maybe you should come into like a balanced, more balanced energy, balancing out spirituality and practicality, balancing out emotions and logic. Instead of being too far in your head or too far in your emotions, too far in this, too far in, but like balance it out, okay? Then I feel like you'll be able to really hear your intuition more, trust in your intuition more, because you're at your breaking point. You are at your breaking point. I feel like that's why your intuition is just going off so much, especially because all of the pain that you've been through, and your intuition is just trying to caution you. Okay, confirming trapped, we got emotional storm. So for those of you who are feeling stuck, tied down, captive, I feel like that's because of all the turmoil and unstable energy and you being affected that's going on. So I don't know if you believe in taking yourself out of the equation, but I feel like that's what needs to be done. A lot of people don't appreciate you, respect you, adore you, love you in the way that you should be loved, because they still have a lot of work that they need to do that they may never ever fulfill. We don't know, but it's not for you to F around and find out like you already did. Don't let the snake bite you twice, right? Okay, so get your emotions together. If a connection is unstable, we don't want it. Getting your emotions together can help you stop keeping yourself in a trapped energy. Okay? Think big, dream big. Don't ever feel like you're stuck and you can't get out of something, because you're only keeping yourself in that energy. And you're the one that's doing yourself an injustice, not the other individual. Okay, so just do better for yourself. Choose better. Do differently. Yeah. I feel like in the future, you guys are going to come into more better, healthier connections, but it's really all on you. Literally. Any more messages? What's the tea when it comes to the collective's love life? All right, when it comes to self, family, friends, romantics, past, present, future energy is significant. What's the tea? All right. You could be an artist. Okay. Somebody could have been marrying for money. Don't do that. Or maybe if you got married to someone, I feel like they were marrying you for benefits, for some type of money. Okay? You can also be dealing with people who give you fake smiles, right? It's fake. You can also be dealing with people who are clout hungry, whether it's past, present, future energy. If it's future energy, you're being cautioned, you're being warned so that you may be able to avoid certain things like this. If it happened in the past, this is just confirming, yes, you were dealing with people with fake smiles. Yes, you were dealing with people who were marrying for money. If this is present energy, then of course it's present, right? So if this is present energy, you're dealing with clout hungry people. People who says anything, does anything, they just make things up. They're very dramatic because maybe for the clout, for the attention, for whatever they can receive in return, right? We got haunted. So maybe you're haunted. Maybe other people are feeling haunted from the memories, the flashbacks, the trauma. This is just the side effects of this energy, right? So, love triangle. I feel like you were put in third parties, whether it was in the past, in the present. Be mindful of this in the future so you can avoid it, all right? And just you possibly having choices, right? Or another person having choices. Romantic love affair. She's heavy on the third parties. All right, some people use sex to fix things in their life. All right, somebody could have a secret lover. Or maybe this is confirming something that was going on in the past. This is your confirmation that people ain't shit. All right, whether it's family, friends, romantics, whatever it may be, honey. Whatever it may be. Any more messages? All right, it says reflecting. Some of you guys could probably be reflecting over your relationships, your self-growth or love, or you're being encouraged to. All right. Some people could be creeping on your social media, creeping around your house, just creeping. But I feel like you're in this unfazed, unbothered energy when it comes to certain things. Some of y'all probably don't even know that you have certain enemies. They're around here calling you their enemies, and you're like, wait, when was you gonna tell me about this? Like, when it comes to the collective's love life, whether it's self, family, friends, romantics, what is the message here? What is the true emotional messages here? Okay. We got twin flames. I told y'all some of y'all was dealing with false twin flames. Because all that toxic, abusive, or whatever stuff like that, a lot of times it's just false twin flame energy. All right. We got bumping heads. So a lot of you guys are bumping heads with certain people within your love life. All right. A lot of you guys could be getting your faith. You could be having faith. You could be healing. You could be meditating. You could be praying. All right. All right. Some people are losing sleep. They're worried. They're replaying events. All right. Some people are thinking about you. I feel like you guys have like some type of psycho energy that's around you, or that probably was around you. This could have been somebody who was obsessed, who just won't let go, or it could have been some type of crazy ex. Okay, that's what it says on the card. It says crazy ex. All right, maybe that was a third party or something. It had, you know, it really all depends. Maybe somebody could have went to prison before. Jail. All right, we got karmic ties. A lot of you guys, whether it's past or present energy, you're dealing with karmic ties. All right, and yeah, a lot of you guys are dealing with people who may be feeling ashamed. Okay, guilty, embarrassed, in the wrong about something. Okay, maybe that's you feeling that way, but I told you, don't be feeling bad for doing what's good for you, what's best for you, especially after something was brought to the light. Okay, we got truth, discovery, awakening. A lot of you guys have come into illumination because of the experiences that you had within your love life as well. That's probably why you are who you are today. Some of you guys could have also had like a love child, or maybe you were a love child, or like whatever the case may be, you know. And I believe that a love child it can be different things. It could be, a love child can be created by two people who weren't married, or a love child could have been created by two people who weren't supposed to be in a relationship. Like, for instance, one person was married and the other person, they were probably single or in a relationship, and they're out here having, you know, sexual relations. So it's like a forbidden love, you know. It's like, it can be either or. Maybe even a child that wasn't conceived out of love. Okay. Any more messages? Woo. Yep. So you have a lot of people that broke your heart in your life. Friends, family, romantics. And you probably still could be feeling the pain from that. So that's why it's really important before you try to move forward in your life. I feel like this has a lot to do with the direction or the trajectory of your life as well, like your experiences. But you can't allow that to interfere with your path and where you are meant to head towards, right? Because sometimes the things that you go through, it can kind of shift you, change you in a way that's either good or not so grand, right? Maybe this can be tied to actual GPS, like tracking. So be mindful that people don't have your location or tracking you or trying to keep up with you. I know Snapchat have it to where people can see your location as well. All right, we got Divine Masculine. Some of you guys could be the Divine Masculine, or you can have a Divine Masculine in your space, your energy, or this is going to be futuristic. So yes, you're finally going to come into the Divine Unions. All right, we got blocked. Some of you guys could be receiving spam calls or texts from people who are blocked, or whatever the case may be. All right, but it's just too late. It is too late for these people. They've made their bed, now they gotta lie in it. Somebody could probably be sending you some type of love message as well. All right, we just gonna keep it right there with these, because whoo. Okay. Remember, for past, because I say past, present, and future, past energy could just be energy that was, you know, past tense, right? Things that already happened, or whatever the case may be. Present could be things that are going on right now. Future is things that have yet to happen, okay? All right. These are the more positive energies or decks that don't really have all of that in there. So we may be getting into the divine masculine and feminine energies that you guys will be coming into if you're not in these type of connections already. So this will probably be the last deck that I pull, and I may throw in some tarot. then I'll be getting off. If you guys want to get on the list, feel free. If you can't afford my prices, donation based is accepted. If you didn't get to see the beginning of this message, or you're not able to stay for the end, don't worry, it will be uploaded to my YouTube. All right, any last messages when it comes to the collective, whether it's self, family, friends, romantics, their love life overall? What's the message here? Look, radiant love came out in the reverse. All right. This is a card of happy, open, optimistic. So maybe some of you guys, when it comes to your love life, or maybe you've been affected in a certain type of way to where you're not happy anymore, you're probably not as open, you're more closed off. Maybe you're less hopeful for things and more pessimistic. All right, maybe you've dealt with people who are more pessimistic, closed off, unhappy within. All right. It says you create positivity and warmth together. But since it's coming out in the reverse, maybe you haven't really been creating this type of energy with a lot of people because it hasn't been reciprocated, and you've been dealing with a lot of broken individuals. All right, and I'm probably talking a little fast. All right, it says expectations. All right, like I said, keep your expectations low, honey. That keeps you from being disappointed. But you won't have to keep your expectations low if you're connecting with people that's on your level. This is a card of dreamer, fantasies. Remember, we talked about that energy earlier. It says having very high ideals or unreasonable requirements. And I feel like you don't necessarily have unreasonable requirements, but I feel like you're just expecting it from the wrong people, right? Because with you, it won't be unreasonable. You'll come in that energy. But I'm also thinking of this energy aside from that, that maybe the things that you're asking for, maybe it's like asking for something that you can't give yourself. I don't know why I'm thinking that. If it doesn't apply, let it fly to someone else. All right, we got soul searching. You could be soul searching. Maybe other people in your life are trying to do some soul searching. Because remember, we talked about how people, they're confused on their journey. They're trying to figure out life or whatever I had said earlier. This is a card of motives, purpose, and self. All right, it says needing to work on some personal issues first. So once again, forgiveness is necessary, releasing the shame, the regret, the guilt, moving on from the past situations and trauma that you've endured in your life. Okay, this is a time for some soul searching. All right, this is a time for self. I feel like a lot of cards want to come out from this deck. All right, it says plan ahead. This is a card of adapt, foresight, invest. All right, it says prepare for a rainy day and stay flexible. All right, especially when you're dealing with people who you can't depend on. That's why we're saying whatever you want for yourself, do it for yourself, give it to yourself, emotionally, mentally, financially. Do not, I'm telling you, don't be relying on everybody else, especially people who are not in divine masculine and divine feminine energy. All right, last but not least, empowered love. This ties to charm, solid and steady. It says harness your strength and love with confidence. Harness your strength and love with confidence. Okay? For some of you guys, everything seems perfect. It's not an illusion. All right? Trust God. Trust that, trust yourself. But yeah, that's pretty much the messages that I'm seeing. Let's pull a few tarot on it, and we'll be up out of here. The three major arcanas that came out for you, which is like the overall main idea, the big events that goes on in your life, is justice, which can tie to the law. It can tie to actual justice, fairness, truth. Even this associates with Libra energy. It ties to a lot of things, right? Judgment is the other one. This can tie to like angels, awakenings, decisions, or making a decision, a final decision, a calling. I think I mentioned awakening already. And the third one is the Empress. This can be about nurturing self, loving self, or others, or the mother energy. You could be a mom, you could be pregnant, you can be very fertile. This can be a card of creativity, encouraging you to create things, or whatever the case may be. It's the divine feminine, honey. So when it comes to your love life, whether it's family, friends, romantics, whether it's self, I feel like justice will be served. And it's currently being served. Karma, dharma is being dished out. A decision has been made, or you've made a decision. Hi, the list is open, honey. You've had some type of an awakening, especially from your experiences in your love life. Okay? And I feel like right now this is a time of getting back to yourself, right? Nurturing yourself. Being the creator in your life, and being encouraged to create. I feel like the minor arcanas, right, which is just the detailed energies, the day-to-day energies that you may have experienced, right? The Queen of Swords is here. This is a individual, a feminine energy. It can be male or woman. Usually in tarot it's a woman, but it can be either or. Feminine energy who went through a lot of trials and tribulations that brought forth wisdom. So this is someone with discernment. This is someone with an astute energy. Okay? Maybe even somebody who comes off as, I don't know why I heard bossy, but someone who maybe you start coming off as serious. Maybe you take loyalty and trust serious. Truth, justice serious. Maybe you don't play games when it comes to injustice, or whatever the case may be. Seven of Cups. It can tie to illusions, many options and choices, dreams even. Okay? The Knight of Swords, which is right under the Justice energy. So sometimes I associate it together if it's like right under each other, but it's also its own separate energy. The Knight can usually be talking about a person is on a mission, right? Whether it's, and this is sword energy. So sword can tie to intellect. It can tie to ideas, communication. So maybe you guys were on a mission of communication, right? Maybe you were trying to talk to people, get things understood. Maybe sometimes you reacted in a hasteful way. Like maybe you talked to a lot of people too quickly. Got involved with them too quickly, rushed in a situation a little bit too quickly that you should have given more thought. All right, maybe the first idea or thought that popped up into your head, you rushed right into it. Maybe you felt like this was something that you were meant to do, something that you probably were going to receive justice from. Okay? Two of Swords here. So past, present, future energy could be significant once again. So this is a card of decision, but sometimes it's being faced with stressful decision, hard decisions, right? You have this blindfold on that you purposely put there. It's something that's not a hard decision or a stressful decision. It's easier. It can really be an easy decision, but I feel like maybe your intuition is a little blocked, or maybe you're avoiding making a decision. Okay, maybe you're being distracted from making a decision accordingly. All right, but I feel like you just need to trust in your wisdom that you've obtained, and that will help you be able to make this decision for sure. Okay, maybe there's two different things that is keeping you from making it as well. Then the Ace of Swords is here, so I feel like you have the clarity, you have the truth. The both of the truth cards out here, Justice and the Eighth Light. But anyways, this is a card of clarity, card of truth, new ideas, all right, new communication. Yeah. Intellect, using your intellect. balance out your emotions and your mental when it comes to things. Like sometimes in our life, we could be looking at things from an illusion, right? Like, oh my gosh, it looks really, really pretty, but is it pretty on the inside? Like, oh my gosh, it seems like something I would really love to pursue, but is it good for your mind, body, and soul, right? Sometimes you feel like there's like a lot of options, and oh, this looks like gold, and this looks pretty, and this looks like something that I want to do. But in reality, if you trust in your intuition and you balance out your heart and your logic, I'm telling you, you'll do great justice doing that. Because not everything that's glitters is gold, right? Okay, and the Empress, it's right under Judgment. So I feel like you're making this decision to choose you. Maybe you're on this self-love journey. Maybe you're creating things. Maybe you're pregnant. All right. If you're pregnant, this is something that was meant to happen. I feel like it's going to bring forth some type of growth, change, awakening. All right. Maybe you've had a personal awakening that changed the trajectory of your life, the way you see things, the way you operate as the Empress. Maybe you're more in your Empress energy. Maybe you're working on embodying Empress energy. Okay. Confirm the Justice. Yeah. Queen of Wands. Confident, beautiful, sexy, family oriented. Business savvy. I feel like you're meant to live a life of luxury, a life of truth, a life of happiness. You just need to stand in your power. Confirm the Queen of Swords. Things are going to work out for you. People are receiving their karma, and you're receiving the good side of karma, which people usually deem as dharma. All right, yeah, we got the Hermit. Some of you guys are needing to go within. You had a lot of experience on your belt. Some of you guys are being encouraged to just go within, use that lantern, and go into the darkness, honey. The things that are unseen, right? Tap in, go within, get into solitude. Some of you guys know this is what's best for you anyway. Confirm the Seven of Cups, the Five of Cups. Once again, not everything that glitters is gold. Sometimes you're sleeping with the enemy. Sometimes the snake will bite you, or all the time. All right? Be mindful of certain choices. Maybe you guys made certain choices in your life that you didn't really understand, like the depth of. Maybe you didn't go deeper into something or look deeper at a situation. You just seen the surface level of something. And this probably led to loss. But in reality, there's no need to dwell or cry over spilled milk, because there are things that you should be happy about that did work out. Okay? And that doesn't mean that something is not going to work out again. You have a very bright future ahead of you. Just got to stop dwelling, because that's how you stay in negative emotions and have this dark cloud roaming over you. Confirm Judgment. Knight of Wands. Some of you guys are deciding to move with passion. You're on this journey of action and energy, getting things done. Or you know that this is what it's going to take in order to come into what you want. Because sometimes things don't just fall in your lap. Okay? Maybe some of you guys were dealing with players. Maybe some of you guys have like this sexual energy, or something about sexual energy is very significant. Maybe you learned a major lesson when it came to your actions, when it came to haste, when it came to sexual energy. Okay, but judgment has been made. Maybe an awakening, illumination. Confirm the Knight of Swords. Okay, and confirm more about this Judgment Knight of Wands energy. Three of Cups, which can tie into celebrations, whether it's baby showers, graduations, parties. Okay. Yeah, this could be a time of celebrating, not crying over spilled milk, and coming back into the things that make you happy. Maybe connecting with people who are more healthy for you emotionally as well. Finding better friends, connecting with better friends, releasing the ones who aren't as great, whether it's family, romantics, friends. We talked about it, because all of this is pertaining to your love life and self overall. So, confirm more of the Queen of Swords and Hermit. Yeah, Five of Wands. Dealt with conflict, internal battles, external conflict. And this is a time to just go within, get into solitude, because you know what's best. Sometimes you got to get out of them feelings and get into what's best for you. Because sometimes if you cling too much to the feelings, you're going to keep people around who's not meant to be around. And you don't need to do that. It's going to keep on being drama. From the Queen of... okay, the Chariot. Ooh, this is... we got the Knight of Swords and the Chariot. It ties up... this is movement. Okay? So let's see. Confirm the Knight of Swords and the Chariot. 10 of Pentacles, which can tie to security, abundance within prosperity, your legacy, a lump sum of money, right? Maybe you have an idea that you need to be warned of haste towards, but still move forward in a determined way, right? Thank you for the follow, honey. Yeah. I feel like you're gonna achieve success in this life, but sometimes success is not gonna be overnight for a lot of you guys. So don't worry about, oh my gosh, what if I miss out on this good opportunity? Like, you're not gonna miss out on anything that's meant for you. And sometimes it's just about the journey. Like, enjoy your life, you know? It's not about accumulating all the money that you can in a timely manner. Having 10 houses more than, like, no, sometimes it's about self, who you are at soul's level, you know? Rather than external, like, external values or whatever the case may be. But you can come into this, though. You can, but I feel like you just have to have like will and determination. But just be mindful of haste. All right. Confirm the Two of Swords. Another 2. So duality is very significant within this. Balance is very significant. So I feel like you just need to balance out your emotions and your logic and trust in your intuition when you make decisions. Because sometimes a decision is not as hard to make as you think it is. It's just, yeah. So this can be tied to your intellect, your relationships overall. It can be tied to financial situations, juggling something back and forth energy. Because usually the reason why it's juggled is because both of them are not being sought after at the same time or done at the same time. One is being done while the other one is just like not being worked on at the moment. And then it switches. This one is being worked on and then the other one is not being, you know, so say for instance, if this is 2 financial situations, 2 jobs, right? 2 different money sources. Working on this job Monday and Tuesday, not working on this one Monday and Tuesday, and then here it comes Thursday and Friday. Working on this one Thursday and Friday, not working on this one. So it's like a juggle, but it's not at the same time. So confirm the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, we got the 8 of Pentacles. I feel like something needs to be really focused on one at a time, or some type of work. Maybe this has something to do with you trying to work on something, a relationship, a financial situation, excuse me. Maybe if it's a financial situation, you should do something one at a time so something can have your whole focus, so you can be more paying attention to detail or whatever the case may be. If this is yeah, if this is a relationship, then later, this is, yeah, I'm doing something. So if this is a relationship and you're having a hard time making a certain decision, I feel like you're being encouraged to trust in your intuition and prioritize what works best for you, right? Because there's something that you're confused about, and you're probably in this back and forth energy to where 1 minute you're probably like, okay, yes, I'm gonna do this, or no, I'm gonna do this, yes, I'm gonna do this, or no, I'm gonna do this. Like, I just feel like you need to get more like balance within your mind, Because this is not as hard as you think it is. Confirm the Eight of Pentacles. The eight of Pentacles is the moon, which can tie to emotions. It can tie to illusions. It can tie to intuition. So whatever this is that you're working on, whether it's finances or not, I feel like you're needing to trust in your intuition. Because you may be left in the dark about something, or something may be unseen or unfamiliar. But I feel like your intuition knows best. I'm getting just heavy intuition. Confirm the Ace of Swords. We got the Fool. So some of you guys know that it's best to come into like a new beginning of something within your life, within your relationship. So some of you guys already know endings bring new beginnings, or embarking on a brand new journey would bring clarity, and it probably would be good for you instead of holding on to the things that no longer serves you. Okay, confirm the Fool and Ace of Swords. This can be tied to your relationships, your love life, as we said already. So some of you guys are receiving clarity to embark on a brand new journey. Okay, connecting with people who you never had a connection with before, instead of trying over and over again with the same family and friends and lovers, right? Confirm the Empress. Yeah, some of you guys are being encouraged to take a break. Get back into your mental, emotional health, restoring yourself, nurturing yourself. It's important to take breaks. It's important to check in with your mind. Some of y'all need to give your mind a rest as well, a break as well. Some of you guys are separating or being encouraged to separate from certain people, take breaks from certain things or situations so that you can come into your Empress energy. Because maybe some people are keeping you from that energy and they're pushing you into like the opposite, or they're just draining you. For more, the Two of Cups, Fool, Ace of Swords energy. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. You have free will, but some things is destiny, it's fate. But this is all about choices as well. So karma, which is cause and effect, your choices with the people that you keep in your life, because you're choosing people and they're choosing you, right? You don't have to keep choosing the same people, especially the people who do you wrong. Embark on that brand new journey and experience, whether it's individually or with someone new, like your intuition is telling you to do. All right, but yeah, that's pretty much what I'm seeing. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your lifetime, returning the collective's energy back to them, from our first collective and to this collective. Okay, thank you guys once again for double tapping the screen. For those who were double tapping, the follows. I didn't get any shares, but yeah, thank you guys. Make sure you do follow my Instagram. I'm trying to get my Instagram followers up. All right, but yeah, once again, last messages, winning. You got a good thing going, don't ruin that. All right, especially if you've been finding yourself, if you've been coming into a brand new energy, don't self-sabotage by putting yourself back into sticky situations, putting self-sabotaging on your journey, dealing with karmics all over again. Release, reset, restore, move on. Okay, you're winning, right? No matter what you've been through or what you're going through, and know that it does get better. No matter what you've been through or what you're going through, and know that it does get better. Okay, it says you do you. Stop trying to change people. That never works. All right, it says stop trying to change people. That never works. All right, keep doing you. It don't matter what everybody else is doing. If they're cheating, deceiving, lying, stop trying to change them. Forgive, move forward. Cut people off who needs to be cut off. Okay, because you choose who you have in your life. So if these people are constantly disappointing you, they're not good for you, then what are you doing, honey? Right? It says shame, regret, and guilt. Those are just BS. So forgive. Let it go. Forgive. Some of y'all are not connected with people anymore, and you still have resentment towards them. You're not going to move forward in your truest, most authentic version of yourself because you still have trauma, PTSD, unhealed energy, right? People still able to pull on your energy because you still haven't like fully healed or moved on. Some things happened to you 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 weeks ago. You need to release, heal, and forgive, and stop putting the same people back into your energy that's going to bring about this energy again. Because a lot of times when you're dealing with people who hurt you and you're waiting around for them to change, they're not going to change because that's who they are. Just like how you don't need to change. You're not a cheater, you're not a liar, you're not a deceiver, so you didn't have to apologize for those type of things. You don't have to change from that type of energy. So how about you connect with people who are not in that energy? So you won't have to worry about getting hurt, being betrayed. All right, it says you need a good cry. On the back it says, get the ugly cry on, let that go. Your soul will thank you. Your soul most definitely will thank you. All right, get that emotional release going for whatever happened in your past, for whatever's going on in your present, so that your future can be more enjoyable and promising. Okay, life doesn't have to be shitty, right? We got fear coming out as well. It says it will lie to your face, so release that. Okay, but yeah, that's the message that I have for you guys. Returning the collective's energy back to them, releasing my energy back to me. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to click the link in my bio. You will see my main TikTok. If you want to give it a follow, make sure you do. Okay, but other than that, those are the messages that I have for you in terms of your love life. Take care. And if you're ever wanting to get on the list, just message me or DM me, especially if I'm not on live anymore.